Israel and Hamas have begun indirect Gaza ceasefire talks in Egypt to discuss an end to the Middle East conflict. The terror group has partially accepted Donald Trump's 20-point peace plan, but the White House says the US president is looking to move quickly in achieving a resolution.
The administration is working very hard to move the ball forward as quickly as we can. The president wants to see a ceasefire. He wants to see the hostages released, and the technical teams are discussing that as we speak to ensure that the environment is perfect to release those hostages. They're going over the lists of both the Israeli hostages and also the political prisoners who will be released.
As Adam Parsons reports, negotiations between the two sides are expected to last several days.
I suspect that this first day will be something of a testing of the waters, but the fact that they are underway, that there is a delegation from Hamas, a delegation from Israel, there are American officials, there are mediators from Arab countries there, it's very, very important. There is a huge amount of scrutiny of these talks, and let's be blunt, an awful lot riding on them, because at the moment, this region, this war, feels like it's a very significant point. There's no point doubting the importance that Donald Trump has played in this. It is his very vocal demands for a deal, his support for, if not for Hamas, but certainly his positive reaction when Hamas put out a statement, a few days ago, saying that it was conditionally prepared to release all these hostages. I think that rather railroaded Benjamin Netanyahu into having to start a process of negotiation. I think there's been a lot of huge optimism around the world, almost a belief that the deal is done. I have to temper that. I think we are still quite a long way from a deal being signed off and agreed, because some of the differences that persist are so enormous, particularly about the future of the Gaza Strip, who would run it, how much power would be held by the Palestinians, what would be the role of Hamas, would they disarm, and also who would be the prisoners who would be freed. I'm talking, of course, about Palestinian prisoners, not just those who've been detained since October 7th, but some very, very high-profile prisoners who are being held in Israeli jails at the moment. So there is a tremendous amount to discuss. On the flip side, it is very apparent that Donald Trump wants a deal done, and if there is one person in the world that Benjamin Netanyahu listens to, it is Donald Trump, and that sheer momentum will put pressure on the Israeli Prime Minister. He is, of course, nervous about some in his cabinet, those from the far right, who have already criticised him, have said that it's a terrible idea to pause any military operations in Gaza, who want to push for a complete victory over Hamas and potential annexation of the Gaza Strip. Those people could end up resigning from the government. It's a threat they've made many times before. This time they've made it again. If they go, his government could collapse. So there are many, many moving parts. But the bottom line is, in this country, and I think in this region, there is a sense of optimism, more optimism than there has been for an awfully long time.